Now usually with my EXE videos, I try to go over the EXE, give my thoughts on the EXE, and have the viewer watching the video learn a thing about the EXE, but I cannot really do it with this one I'm talking about. And you'll see why I won't be able to do this. Sark used to be one of my favorite EXEs out there, and to be fair, there weren't really many EXEs back then. I thought he was a cool character and I was attached to him, and then one day I found out that he was a depraved son of a bitch. So, I stopped liking the character. And that was that, and now here we are today where I'm talking about this character. I didn't really feel like putting a lot of research into this character because he's depraved as fuck, but somehow I found out more about this character. I just had to click on this video. If you want to check it out, I'll link it below.
Now, how shall I articulate this to you without it seeming rude or impolite?
Sark fucking sucks. He might be one of the worst EXEs ever made, to be completely honest with you. I'm not really sure why I liked this guy. Okay, I know why. It was because I was a dumb fucking kid back then. Sark is basically like Garby from Dormitibus, but somehow he's even more depraved than Garby. And they take the cake for the worst written villains in any piece of media out there. But does Sark have any redeeming factors as a character? No, not really. Maybe only 3 things, which I'll get into. I kinda like that he doesn't demand for much. He just wants you to worship him and that's it. He's a part of his own special species and that's kinda cool, I guess. He's voiced by Darkbox. I kinda like Darkbox. He could be funny sometimes. Fun fact, he went on to go voice another EXE with the same exact voice performance, so that kinda makes him like the Chris Pratt of the EXE community. And that's all this piece of shit has to offer as a character when it comes to positive stuff, which is not really that positive. You might be asking yourself, why did I distance myself away from this character? Well, here's a bit of a trigger warning because what I'm getting into is, kinda bad, so click off if you don't want to hear it. Sark fucking R-worded Amy Rose, and for whatever reason the creator tries to justify this. It also should be noted that Amy is 12 years old. It gets even worse, so the creator doesn't only justify that, but they also justify enslaving a fucking 6-year-old. And for some reason there's an aspect of Sark's story about humans getting horny after he started killing people, because that definitely makes a lot of sense. I have no idea how it's possible to make a character this fucking piss poor as a character. Him enslaving children and then doing stuff to them does not make him a good villain. It makes him a really dogshit villain. And it doesn't help that the creator is all like, oh, you guys don't understand, it's a horror game, so this stuff is perfectly fine, am I right? That's definitely, you know, that's a-okay. If you want to have dark subject matter be in your EXE fan game, go right ahead, but there's better ways of handling it. If you want to have Sark do something bad, you can have him do something bad, but when it stretches to this boundary, it's just not good. But does he have a good design? No, he doesn't. It also fucking sucks like everything else with this character. I know this was in the era where we didn't really have many creative EXE designs, but you had something like this, or this, and even this. Not the most creative designs ever, but there's something there to make them stand out. Sark is just Sonic.exe, but with a color tint. From what I know, he's supposed to be the original Sonic.exe, but get a little bit creative with the design. I kinda like the color scheming he has, but it's just not used well. Fucking Brosworth does a better job with the color scheme it has. This doesn't. I mean, I guess the one thing he has is a cool looking throne chair, and that's all. Overall, Sark is not that good of an EXE, and he might be the worst thing to come out of this community. His character could work, but you really, and I mean really, had to retool his character so he could work. You know, when I was a kid, I used to think you were cool, Sark, but then I realized you were not cool. I'm done talking about this gross menace, so I'll see you guys next time, and bye.